So the 2015 final Rhode Island real estate market statistics are in, and everyone knows the real estate market did well in 15, but how well? Okay, check this out. 13,233. That was the total number of combined real estate sales transactions here in Rhode Island for single-family homes, multifamily homes, condominiums, and vacant land. Okay, so 8% more properties were sold in Rhode Island in 2015 over 2014. Okay, so in 2014, 12,168 total sales, okay? The median single-family home in Rhode Island, the sale price rose 5.5% over 2014. Okay, so now check this out. I mean, that's across all spectrums, you know, from $1, not that anything sold for $1. I think the lowest price home sold for like 14 grand, but from, let's just say that 14 grand all the way to 16.5 million, that encompasses all of those ranges. But you've got some hot ranges like from 200 to 300, 300 to 400. Those are the hottest ranges here in Rhode Island, and some of those price points rose over 10%.
Wow. Okay,
so if you have a house last year that was, you know, 200,000, you're looking at 220 for this year, maybe even a little more. And that, I mean, $20,000 is quite a chunk of change. And when you hire, you know, a real estate agent to sell your home, they might even be able to get you a tiny bit more. Who knows? You know, the market's escalating, so oftentimes appraisers will account for that, and your home can appraise maybe 1 to 5% in some cases over the actual market value. Pretty cool. So anyways, 2015 single family price is $225, okay, versus 2014 at $214.9. Okay, that's for the median home value. Okay, 9,738 single-family homes sold. Let's talk real quick about the median condo value here in Rhode Island. It rose 2.8% over 2014. Okay, in 2014, the price point was $195. Okay, and 1,566 units sold. And in 2015, our median price is $200,000. Now, I want you to keep in mind while you're thinking, oh, 2.8% is not huge. Again, that's over the broad spectrum. And also keep in mind that that's a healthy market. You don't necessarily want to see those 15 to 20% gains because you can't continue that over time. Okay, we've got markets like Boston, Seattle, San Francisco, San Jose, California. They're all reaching higher numbers than they were in 2005 and 6 when the whole, you know, kind of crisis happened. Granted, that was through mortgages and whatnot, and not because of home prices. But now we're looking at affordability and whatnot, and that when people can't afford to buy in a market, that doesn't make a healthy market. So here in Rhode Island, yes, we're still anticipating a lot of growth, but a slower, more steady growth is a more healthy type of housing market. Okay, median multifamily home here in Rhode Island sold, get this, 13.8% higher in 15 than 14. And here's why. You got all the investors, like actually you're an investor, John, right? Mm-hmm. And I work with quite a few. What happened was the amount of money you could make out of flipping single family homes kind of went down a bit. So after you bought a foreclosure and after you put all the work into it, basically the profit margin was a lot smaller. So what investors do in times like this is now they invest in multifamilies. They buy these properties up, they fix them up, they rent them out, and investors are savvy, they're smart, they're waiting for the market to go ahead and kind of tank again, and it always does. It's cyclical. And it will, right? 2017, 2018, we might see our peak. And then with peaks come valleys, right? Yeah. So those investors are super smart. They're already planning for that time.
Exactly.
Right, to have that income just coming in. That's pretty great. And then lastly, let's talk about. Well, actually, before I get into this, I do want to just say this: the multifamily homes last year were selling for $145. This year they're selling for $169 on average, so not bad.
Not bad at all.
If you own a multifamily, or even if you own a single family, if you're curious about your pricing, you can call me direct, 359-2338. Of course, that's 401. Or you can simply visit our website that we have set up for you for an instant home value. It's trustthedove.smarthomeprice.com. Okay, trustthedove.smarthomeprice.com. Super easy. Just type in your address and boom, you get an instant value report full of comps and all that stuff. Okay, and then lastly, land in 2015. Not too much of a change over 2014. Okay, 342 pieces of land sold versus 339 in 14. So what's happening is, we are seeing some newer construction, being built, and you're going to see more and more of that. And with that, obviously land prices are increasing a tad, but the cost of developing this land here in Rhode Island, that's kind of, putting the cost, the money into roads. I mean, a road costs what, $450 per linear foot to put in, right?
It's big money, absolutely. So to buy something that is existing, like a single family or a multi, like you talked about, is much greater of a value, I guess.
It is. I mean, unless you have a piece of land that has a ton of frontage, on a road, if you do, then you're pretty golden. Like farms are perfect for this, and I hate to see our farms go and be developed. I'd rather see crops on them, but even though I'm in real estate, but, that's prime land, and it sells for a premium if you have the frontage. But if not, and you're still curious of the price, contact me. You got to call me for that. You can't put that in a website and expect a number. Okay, so it's a lot of deep digging. But, hey, stay tuned because we've got a lot of great content coming on the show. Hopefully this was helpful and informative for you. You can check out that blog with all of those statistics on the roundtableradio.com.